Hey, good morning, everybody. It's early morning's LALATE, the 6:30 edition. The toast is toast and the butter is butter, and I'm here, you're here. And next week, the third stimulus package could be here. Really exciting news as the third stimulus package got a little bit gutted on Friday. As Joe Biden sort of looked at it, was like, I'm going to take this out and make executive order. I'm going to take this out and make executive order. He just kept on taking things out of the third stimulus package and making them executive order. In this video, I explain if he can still do more of that, or if some of it has to actually go to a vote. Meantime, what's going to happen with that third stimulus package? And also, what about the SSI and SSDI? So much exciting, great news. You're finally getting to the finish line on these items. The video before this went over second stimulus, the executive orders, the money that's coming out that was never coming out before. Money unpaid in the second stimulus, money unpaid in the first stimulus. This video will go over what's happening with the third stimulus provisions. Not a bill yet, but soon it will be. This is Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm so excited for you. This is Early Mornings LA covering the third stimulus package, the bill that Joe Biden is working on. It has not been yet introduced publicly, but there is a bill, and I'm going to go over the details. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that alert button, like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. A Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. The link to become a member is in the pinned comment, in the description, and also at the top of the chat, at the top of the video. Also, if you are watching at 6:30 a.m. when the show debuts, it's an instant premiere. You can chat on the side with your Purple Power buddies. Chat about what you think is going to go on, a third stimulus, what you think is not going to go on, and more similar stuff like that. And there's so much hitting across the board in this video. I'm going to go over what is in third stimulus, moreover what may what may get gutted from third stimulus by Joe next week. He was just going with that cut and paste everywhere this week. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that, a week ago today, I got you a 30-page summary of the third stimulus package bill. Very rare occurrence, almost very few have gotten this document. And this document gave you a detail of no less than 20-something items that are in the third stimulus package. Well, as you start Saturday, there's less. Why is there less? Because he took them out, Joe Biden, and made them law by executive order. So if you have that PDF from this last Monday, let's look at it, because there's a couple items that just sort of say, oh, wait, it's no longer in there. SNAP, 15% increase for 6 months, gone. Went to executive order. That's number 5 on our list. SNAP is food. It's food, and it's an incredible, great offering. It's $1,400 a month if you're a family of 4 in Hawaii. And, it was currently a 6-month addition of 15%, which is just incredible. But Joe's like, no, I want to do that for another 6 more months. So this is insane. So suddenly you're getting 12 months of SNAP increase for food. Really incredible. If you don't know how to get SNAP, reach out to the Department of Agriculture. They can help you. Then, number 6 on our list. Gone. Gone. Executive order. Sorry. That's PEBT. It's funny that I even put it on here. I don't even remember how I got it on that list, but I got it on the list. It must have been in the papers from Joe. But, I had gotten some comments, over the last few weeks. There's PEBT is not national. Well, Joe just fixed all that. He's like, it's national now, honey. It's national. National. And we're going 15% for that also. So, wow, this is incredible, great news. So what is PEBT? It's if your kid has to stay home from school because COVID has caused the school to close, you can get money for that child's food, about $114 a month. And now he'll increase it for another 15%. Wow, per child. That's just incredible. What else has been removed from this? Eviction moratorium, gone. Out by executive order. Number 12, mortgage forbearance, gone. Out by executive order. And also student loan debt forgiveness moratorium, out by executive order. Joe just didn't run away. He's just like very little person, very impatient. He's like, no, on day one, we're going to do exactly what LALATE said I was going to do all last year. So thank you, LALATE, for that prediction. That's Joe talking. We're going to do eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance, and student loan debt for moratorium, not forgiveness, but moratorium on day one. And he did do that on day one. So those are out of the third stimulus package. So are you leaving us anything, Joe? Well, the third stimulus package needs some revising. We all understand it. Revising and designing, because it doesn't do exactly what he so promised during the transition papers. Now, let me explain the versions of Joe Biden that we've had. We had the campaign, and the campaign was consistent with the transition. But in the last 2 weeks, since early January, everything he said has been consistent. Every single thing has been exactly the same day. He says on Friday, I'm going to do this. He does exactly on Friday. But the Joe Biden from last fall, some things are just not consistent. FPUC, yeah. So under third stimulus, he was supposed to do FPUC retro $600 a week. Now it's forward at $400 a week. I don't understand where that $400 number comes from. First of all, I think it's just sort of ridiculous to think that $300 is his down payment on $400. No, it's almost the same number. That's like saying, "Hi, I'm going to give you $300 as down payment on $301." What? It doesn't make sense. Also not making sense is the MSC, the stimulus check. This just does, as AOC said, $2,000 is $2,000, not $1,400. She's right. In December of last year, we were looking at a situation where they were trying to pass a $600 stimulus check. They're trying to pass a $600 stimulus check to cover you from April of last year to December. Yeah, I don't think that even covers you for a week, let alone, 9 months or whatever that was. So they came and they said, from April to December, here's $600. Go buy yourself some flakes of sand. And that's what they did. And then they're like, wait a second, that's no money. We gotta give them $2,000. Okay, we'll do the $2,000. That came the Cash Act. So they wrote the Cash Act. And it got almost to the finish line. But then they're like, we'll take care of that in the third stimulus package. We'll put it in the third stimulus package. Put it in the third stimulus package is the key words. Not become the third stimulus package. And that's what sort of happened. In the days before this summary that I'm going over every day with you, the 30-page summary, the 6,000-page approximate third stimulus package bill, Chuck Schumer said, yeah, of course there's a $2,000. Of course there's a $2,000 stimulus check in the stimulus check bill. Of course there is. It's on top of the $1,400 stimulus add-on for the Cash Act. So everyone thought, okay, $2,000 and the $1,400, you're going to get $3,400. And then Joe's like, no, you're just going to get $1,400. Excuse me? Did I hear that right? What happened to the... Wait a second. So people are having a problem about it. I'm having a problem about it. So go on social media, hashtag MSC, hashtag FPUC retro. Now, that's the spirit of the Purple Power. We keep things positive here. We don't get angry that it's not in there. We don't get angry that there's upset about anything. We just go out and get the message loud and clear. Hashtag FPUC retro, hashtag MSC, tag politicians with this video and be professional and say, hey, these are items you got to do. The good news is that they're still negotiating these deal terms. They still have not come to into that moment where they're hard in the sand about the items. Now, the items that we don't see a lot of clarity about under the third stimulus package are, of course, hazard pay and businesses. The hazard pay is just sort of, it could take a whole life of its own. There's a reason why I brought back hazard pay into the mix. It's now at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every night here on Overnight to LA. It follows evenings, but before early mornings. And because there's a lot to understand about hazard pay. The most prevalent problem that I saw with hazard pay under Nancy Pelosi's third HEROES Act of last fall was that she just allowed it to sound like Everyone gets hazard pay. It literally, I could make a pitch that every single person on the face of the earth could get hazard pay under her bill. It's like, that's not the concept of hazard pay. The concept of hazard pay is that some people are putting themselves at risk harm for the rest of the community. That's the concept of hazard pay. The community has a serious problem, and that a series of few people are putting themselves in harm's way to protect the rest of the community. I'm not going to sort of judge what is harm's way or not harm's way for you, but I certainly sort of believe that when you read Nancy Pelosi's bill, everything was harm's way. So suddenly everything can't be harm's way, because then there's nothing that isn't harm's way. And that's what happened, is that she made it too over-encompassing. And I could use an example, but I know I'm going to get fried, so I'm just not going to do it. I just want to say one of the examples, but I'm just not going to say it, because it's like, you're really not in a hazardous environment. You're voluntarily going to work. You don't have to work that job, and the job is not critical to the running of the of the city or anything. It's just, it's just a job, and that was included in the hazard pay. Moreover, hazard pay, as time went on, got confused by viewers. One viewer last night said that lump sum of hazard pay. Hazard pay was never a lump sum. Hazard pay was always based upon the number of hours you work up to a threshold, and that if you max out, you max out. That was the first thing. The second one was hazard pay always was confused by viewers as determined by your task as opposed to the industry, which is a little weird. Hazard pay is dependent upon where you're working, not what you're doing. The most common example I would always use is you clean the floors. Clean the floors in a boutique, not hazard pay. Clean the floors in a stem cell research center for doctors, absolutely hazard pay. So it's not so much that you're holding a broom, it's that it's rather where you're holding the broom. And that was the big issue. Then we have the lack of clarity for the business grants and business loans under the third stimulus package. This is where we're really heading, because EIDL has now become a fiasco of confusion. And people just don't know which EIDL I'm referring to at this point, because there's been so many versions of it. And I just really hope, but I really do think it's going to happen, that Joe Biden's third stimulus business grants are not called EIDL. They're called something else. And I think they will be called something else. And the business loans to go start a new business will be called something else as well. And that the fact that you want to get them does not cancel out the fact that you may have gotten something from SBA in the past. Let's understand, this pandemic started in March of last year, and you may have gotten some PPP in, April or June of last year. Why would that preclude you from getting business grants or business loans now almost, 3/4 of a year later? It doesn't make sense that it would, and Joe Biden has not indicated that it would either. So now as we turn to the third stimulus package and we pull that PDF as members of this channel, what are the items that are still in there? The stimulus check, $1,400 for individuals, $3,200 for adult dependents, FPUC, UI, PUA, rent for middle class as well, and also homeless, utilities, free internet, childcare, business grant, business loan, paid sick leave, $1,400 a week, up to student loan aid supplement, $1,700, hazard pay public sector, hazard pay private sector, childcare, expansion of earned income tax credit, and childcare tax credit increase. A lot of stuff. I've really been excited, however, how the viewers have really understood the implications of a tax credit. The very first day I did the video, I was like, I just know they're going to say, that's not a check. I just want a check. Thank God no one said that. I had the donut emoji ready in case they did. It's just, understanding that if your tax return has a lot of nice zeros on it, you could potentially be triggering a tax refund if you have a tax credit. And when we talk about these tax credits of $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, they're significant. As one viewer said, wait a second, you mean this version of this has been around for a while and I've not been getting that credit? Yes, you have not been getting that credit. So that's why you need to file tax returns. Finally, I saw this one comment yesterday. It's a great comment, a great question, and I want to respond to it again on camera because it's a great question, is that can I go do a non-filer filing to get these tax credits? No. The concept of a non-filer filing is just to tell IRS where your tax return is. The concept of a tax return is to get money paid or refunded as so needed. And so that's why you have to actually file tax returns to get some of the benefits covered in the third stimulus package. As I've been saying over the last week, you may not be required to file tax return because you don't make enough money, but you still can voluntarily file tax return as well. And with that, join me to the continuation of this morning with Mornings at LALATE at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you missed them overnight, catch the overnight LALATE shows. First, hazard pay, then EIDL, and then unemployment. Stay informed, stay focused. If you've not subscribed, subscribe, hit that alert button, like this video, and become a member. Purple Power, Purple Hawk, or Calcino VIP in the pinned comment description of this video. Stay informed, stay focused, and I'll see you at 8:30 a.m. with Mornings at LALATE.